We live in a truly strange time.
Yeah, we really do.
The year is 2026. The digital world is just incredibly loud. You see it everywhere you look.
Everyone is suddenly selling an AI course.
Right. You see the ads on YouTube. You see them flooding your social feeds. You finally spend your hard-earned money. You boot up the class. And then reality hits you.
It's painfully basic.
Or worse, it's just teaching you things the AI already does automatically for free. It really makes you pause.
It does.
It makes you wonder what holds actual value anymore.
It's a total mess out there right now. Welcome to this deep dive, by the way. We're really glad you're here with us.
Absolutely.
Today, we have a very clear mission. We are slicing straight through the noise. We're cutting past this massive AI hype education market.
It's full of expensive traps.
So many traps. But we're going to build a clear roadmap for you. We'll break down a definitive tier list of AI certifications. We'll show you exactly which ones make hiring managers actually stop scrolling. We'll even reveal a clever way to use AI to completely hack your own study curve.
I love that part.
And finally, we'll explain how to turn that expensive piece of paper into a high-paying job.
That sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah.
Let's really unpack the trap itself first. There's a massive gap right now in the market.
A huge gap.
Companies desperately want one specific thing, but these generic online courses are teaching something else entirely.
Exactly.
In 2026, just knowing how to type a prompt into ChatGPT is not a special skill anymore. It's just expected. Everyone can do it. Beat. So why exactly do companies completely ignore those generic AI certificates?
They need system builders, not just people who know how to use chatbots.
Right, that makes total sense. It's about building the actual plumbing.
Yes. The source data points to 3 strict rules for a valuable certificate today.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, it has to be genuinely hard. If everyone can get it over a weekend, it's worthless. Second, it must come from a real AI builder. Think of massive infrastructure companies like AWS or Google.
Right. The company's building the foundation.
Exactly. And third, it absolutely requires real hands-on work. You can't just passively watch a series of videos.
Let's actually have to build functional things.
You have to offer undeniable proof you can do the work. To make sense of this landscape, our sources use a tier system.
It cuts right to the chase.
It really does. A tier is the absolute gold standard. We're talking about the top 5% of candidates. B tier is incredibly solid. It's great for beginners or traditional corporate offices. C tier is really just for baseline awareness.
Look.
And D tier is a total waste of time. You should just skip D tier entirely.
So if we look at the top of the mountain, the A-tier titans, these are the absolute heavyweights of the industry.
The big ones.
They are meant for serious life-changing career moves. The first one that stands out is the AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty.
Oh, yeah.
It's a major commitment of your time and energy. The exam alone costs $300, but the payoff is honestly staggering.
It's huge.
The average salary attached to this is over $170,000.
That is a massive return on investment. AWS is the biggest cloud provider globally. Most massive Fortune 500 companies keep their data there.
Right.
If you deeply know their internal system, you are incredibly valuable to them. The course teaches you a tool called SageMaker.
Let's define that quickly for clarity. What is SageMaker in simple terms?
It is a cloud sandbox where engineers build and test AI models.
Got it.
And it also teaches you how to clean messy data. That is such a crucial point to understand. AI simply cannot understand chaotic, disorganized information.
It's like trying to read a book where all the pages are out of order.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
But a quick warning for you. Don't start here if you're brand new to tech.
Yeah, that's important.
You really need to learn basic cloud architecture first. Spend a few solid months on AWS fundamentals. Only then should you tackle this specific certification.
Right. And then on the other side, you have the Google Professional Machine Learning Engineer Certificate. Google is completely legendary in this space.
They really are. They literally built the underlying foundation for things like ChatGPT.
Having this paper proves you can build AI the Google way. It's heavily focused on actual production environments.
Production is a completely different beast from a weekend project.
It's not just theoretical sandbox stuff. What is the primary focus of that Google certification?
Making sure that AI actually works for millions of users simultaneously.
That scale is hard to grasp.
Whoa! Imagine scaling an AI to handle 1 billion queries at once.
Yeah.
The raw engineering required to keep that stable without crashing is just mind-blowing. They teach you to use their specific tools to handle that pressure. You learn Vertex AI,
What's that one?
Google's main platform for managing and deploying machine learning models.
Okay, makes sense.
You also learn a system called BigQuery. That is a massive database tool designed to search huge information instantly.
It sounds incredibly intense,
hmm
but it clearly pays off for the people who finish it. Candidates with this certificate usually see a 25% pay bump.
It's perfectly designed for fast-moving tech companies.
But let's just pause for a second. Hearing about AWS and Google at this scale might feel a bit stressful.
Definitely.
You might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now.
hmm
That is entirely normal. You don't have to start at the absolute top of the mountain.
You really don't, and that perfectly brings us down to the B tier. These are your foundational certificates.
They're much more accessible to the average person.
But they still hold a lot of serious weight with recruiters. If you're relatively new to the space, start exactly here. The first really great option is the IBM AI Engineering Professional Certificate.
You can easily find it on Coursera.
Yep. IBM did something very smart with this one. They made the learning path extremely easy to follow.
It costs about $150 total. That assumes you finish it in 3 months on their $49 monthly plan.
Right, but the absolute best part, they updated the entire curriculum in early 2025.
They added crucial generative AI lessons that reflect the modern market.
That 2025 update is vital. AI knowledge from 2023 is basically ancient history now. The market moves too fast.
It really does.
The IBM course is highly project-based, which is great. You actually use the Python programming language. You build real image classifiers from scratch.
You build custom translation tools.
When you finally go to an interview, you have real projects to show them. It's not just abstract theory.
Then there is Microsoft's major offering, the Azure AI Engineer Associate.
In the industry, it's also known as the AI 102.
This one is particularly fascinating to me. It's perfectly designed for traditional corporate environments. Big companies already love using Microsoft tools.
They do.
This certificate essentially teaches you how to plug AI into their existing software.
It relies heavily on Microsoft's cognitive services.
And what are those?
Pre-made AI features like voice recognition you plug into existing apps.
Highly practical.
You aren't building an AI from scratch. You're just connecting the powerful tools Microsoft already built into your company's daily workflow.
Microsoft also offers a more basic introductory course called the AI 900. But our sources highly suggest skipping it entirely. Why choose the Azure AI 102 over the basic AI 900?
It proves you can actually plug AI into apps, not just talk about it.
Action always beats talk, especially in tech.
Eh.
Now, we really need to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, yes.
The popular illusions of the AI world. We see them every single day on LinkedIn. People proudly posting their completion badges.
But these courses sit firmly down in the C tier. Let's examine exactly why that is.
These are the famous, highly marketed courses that actually rank terribly low.
Think about those generic ChatGPT or OpenAI crash courses you see on Udemy. They suffer from a massive signal problem.
Literally anyone can make a course on Udemy over a weekend.
Because of that, tech recruiters simply do not care about them. They hold absolutely zero real weight for technical roles.
They aren't completely useless, to be fair.
True.
If you work in a traditional HR or marketing role, they're perfectly fine. They might help you write your daily emails a bit faster.
You can confidently show your boss you're being productive with new tech.
But you absolutely cannot use them to get a dedicated tech job. The signal to the hiring manager is just way too weak.
Then there's the CompTIA AI Plus Blood. CompTIA AI is a massive, famous organization. Their Security Plus certificate is totally legendary in the IT world.
It's a gold standard.
Naturally, people got very excited when they announced their new AI certificate. But our sources place it firmly in the C tier.
The reason is actually pretty simple. It's entirely vendor neutral.
Vendor neutral basically means it doesn't focus on one specific brand like Google or Amazon. It's just general, broad knowledge about how AI works.
Why is a vendor neutral certificate a drawback right now?
Companies only want experts in the specific cloud tools they already pay for.
Exactly. If a company is paying millions of dollars for Google Cloud infrastructure, they desperately want a Google expert.
Broad, generic knowledge just doesn't help them on day one. They need specific, actionable skills to manage their massive, specific investment.
Okay, so we know exactly what to study now,
We do.
and we know exactly what traps to avoid.
Hmm.
But actually sitting down and studying these dense topics is incredibly hard.
Is brutal.
Let's talk about how to hack the study process itself.
Hmm.
You can actually use AI as your personalized study buddy. This is a brilliant strategy from our sources.
It really is.
I really genuinely appreciate this approach.
Oh.
I still wrestle with feeling completely overwhelmed by all these dense technical terms myself.
Oh, absolutely. It can feel like reading an alien language.
Using the AI to actively translate that language for you is a total game changer. The sources give us 3 very specific prompts to use.
The very first one is called the tutor prompt. You give the AI a highly specific role to play. You clearly tell it your current skill level.
Then you ask it to explain complex concepts simply.
For example, you can ask it to explain overfitting as if you were 10 years old.
Just to clarify for our listeners, what exactly is overfitting?
When AI memorizes training data instead of learning general patterns.
Right. It memorizes the test answers instead of learning the subject.
Exactly. So after the AI gives you that simple explanation, you ask it to quiz you. It changes the tone completely.
It goes from reading a dry, boring textbook to having a friendly conversation with a mentor.
The second technique is the schedule prompt. Most people fail these exams simply because they lack a solid plan.
You can tell the AI your exact free hours. Tell it you have exactly 1 hour on weekdays after work.
Tell it you have 4 hours free on Sunday morning. It will automatically build a customized weekly roadmap just for you.
That structure keeps you from getting lost in the weeds.
The third prompt is honestly my absolute favorite. It's the fake exam prompt. Passively reading your notes just does not work well for complex tech.
Testing yourself is how you actually force your brain to learn.
You ask the AI to generate multiple choice questions for you based on the syllabus.
But there is a very specific trick to making this work. You must instruct the AI to wait for your response. How exactly does that fake exam prompt help you learn faster?
It forces you to guess first, then explains why you were right or wrong.
That concept of active recall makes the knowledge actually stick in your brain. You can't just passively nod along and pretend you understand.
You have to commit to an answer. You have to risk being wrong.
Insert mid-roll sponsor read here.
Welcome back. We've thoroughly covered the tiers. We've unpacked the study hacks.
Now, we really must connect all the remaining dots here.
How do you actually pick the right certificate for your specific situation? And more importantly, how do you actually get hired once you have it?
You really have to match your current skills with your ultimate goals. Do not just collect certificates like they are trading cards.
That's a huge mistake. Pick one specific path and stick to it.
If your absolute dream jobs all ask for AWS experience, then get the AWS certificate.
If you don't know how to code at all right now, start with the IBM course. It gently teaches you Python along the way. Your budget is also a very real factor here. The A-tier exams cost a few $100s just to take the test.
If you currently have $0 to spend, use YouTube. You obviously won't get the official piece of paper at the end, but you will get the actual underlying knowledge.
The certificate is mostly just a tool to get the recruiter's initial attention. It opens the door.
But the certificate alone does not get you the job offer. To actually get hired, you need a portfolio.
You need to put your actual coding projects on GitHub. Build a custom chatbot that finds recipes based on what's in your fridge.
Then record a simple 1-minute video of it actually working on your phone. Post that specific video on LinkedIn.
That video is undeniable proof of your competence. It's highly visible.
Hiring managers are incredibly busy. They don't have time to read your code, but they will watch a 60-second video of your bot working perfectly. Beat what is actually more important to recruiters than the certificate itself.
Building a public portfolio that offers undeniable proof of your actual work.
Proof is absolutely everything in this industry. You also really need to network. Join specialized study groups for your specific certificate.
People very often post unlisted jobs in those private groups before they go public. Networking is vital.
And you must stay relentlessly curious. Play with new experimental tools like Midjourney or Perplexity on the weekends.
The entire landscape changes every single week.
Let's do a quick FAQ rapid fire here. We see these same questions a lot in the sources.
Bring them on.
First question, are the totally free certificates worth it?
No, not for your resume. They're perfectly fine for your own personal learning, but they carry zero actual weight with serious hiring managers.
If you want the job, spend the money for the official paper.
Second question we see constantly. How long does this actually take?
B-tier foundational certs take about 3 to 6 months of study. A-tier exams take 6 to 12 months of serious, dedicated study.
It requires real sacrifice. You have to put in the hours after work.
Third common question. Do you need to be a math genius to do this?
Not at all. The underlying AI does the really heavy math for you now. You just need basic, solid logic.
You need to know exactly which tool to use for which problem and why.
Final question. Should you just go get a traditional 4-year degree instead?
Probably not for this specific field. Degrees take 4 long years and cost tens of thousands of dollars.
These certificates take 6 months. They cost a few $100s.
In 2026, tech companies care primarily about your raw ability to deliver results today. They care significantly less about your university's prestige.
Let's really distill this entire deep dive down. The absolute best AI certification is simply the one you actually finish.
Don't just collect digital paper for your LinkedIn profile.
Pick one specific path that perfectly matches your dream job's requirements. Build real functional projects.
Focus entirely on proving you can use specific cloud tools to solve real company problems.
That is the true secret to breaking into this industry.
It's all about utility. It's all about real-world application. As these AI tools get better and better at doing the heavy math and writing the baseline code for us, it raises a really fascinating question. 10 years from now, will the most valuable certifications even test our technical skills at all? Or will they test our philosophical ability to decide what the AI should be building in the first place? 2-sec silence. Look up the strict requirements for your absolute dream job today. Pick just one single path and start walking it. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Out TRO Music.